So today I gave my maiden speech on the floor. While I've been a member of the State Senate now since January 10th, there is a bit of a rite of passage that new members go through before they are free to speak on bills as they pass through the body. I spoke today on Senate Bill 5115, which we discussed in previous weekly updates, having to do with a prohibition prospectively on private transfer fees with regard to real estate properties. The speech went well. There's definitely a lot of pomp involved, and the members take an opportunity to roast all of the incoming freshmen as they give their first speech, and I was no exception. Both Senator Baumgardner from the east side of the mountains and myself both had bills that were heard and passed both unanimously, mine 48-0, with one member excused. The jokes, as you can imagine, had to do primarily with my age. People asked whether or not I was old enough to serve in the Senate.
And I think that before we adopt this bill, we should get a birth certificate to make sure that the page really is old enough to be a senator.
Ironically, I gave another part of the tradition is for new members to give a gift to the body and to certain staff to as a memento or a token representing your district. I chose two breweries in the 38th district. So not only am I officially old enough to serve in this body, but I'm also old enough to purchase, consume, and to hand out beer to my colleagues. So I gave bottles of beer from both the Lazy Boy Brewing Company, owned by Sean Loring and his wife, down near Everett Mall. Very small operation, but a growing one that's distributing now all over the state. Also gave out beer from the Scuttlebutt Brewing Company, which has been around for quite some time and really grown to national and international prominence. They've started to distribute in Taiwan. They have 21 employees in the district and purchase most of their ingredients locally. They keep about 140 acres of farmland in production annually through all of the barley and grains that they purchase for their beer. And they use their spent grains actually to feed beef cattle. So they keep about 120 beef cattle sustained with their spent grains, which they donate to a cattle farmer. Both these small businesses are two examples of what the backbone of the state economy is. And so I was proud to be able to acknowledge them on the floor and share some of their beer with the members of the Senate. So over the next 10 days, we're going to spend time deliberating on the floor through the weekends all of the policy bills that came out of their committees and are now either in rules ready to be pulled or on the second reading calendar subject to floor action. We hope to spend this time passing great policy that's going to improve our state's critical services before we get into the budget process for the next biennium. I'm excited to work on bills that are going to hopefully benefit the citizens of Washington State and importantly the citizens of the 38th District, both today and in years to come.